Hello and welcome back to Modalities Movement Therapy. Today we are going to concentrate on breath work. The diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle located at the base of the lungs. It acts as both a respiratory and a core stabilization muscle. So slouching compresses the abdominal cavity. This forces the ribcage and the pelvic floor closer together. We refer to this as a defensive posture. In other words, this type of posture restricts the movement of the diaphragm. So these secondary respiratory muscles in the neck and the shoulders will take over and start taking strain. The inverse is true. If you're in a too upright posture and your ribs are flaring, this will put a lot of strain on the lower back. So what I would like to encourage today with the use of an oval ball, a soft and a hard reflex ball, is to release the fascia around the secondary respiratory muscles and in the lower back. Then we're going to tune in with the breathing. This will help improve our overall posture and allow the diaphragm, the abdominal wall and pelvic floor to act as a supportive cylinder, reducing strain on the lower back and strengthening the core. This will help us improve our posture. It will help us improve our balance. And I want to remind you that movement is key. If you don't use it, well, you lose it. So we're going to start in standing with that hard reflex ball. Or if you don't have a hard one, you can use the soft one. Or if you prefer the soft one, use the soft one. So we're just going to start preparing that foundation. Rolling the foot out. If you do find tension somewhere, hang out on that spot. So maybe you've got a bit of a plantar fasciitis in the arch of the foot, tight muscles along or fascia along this area. Can restrict the rest of the movement in the body. Let's bring the ball under the ball of the foot, roll from side to side. And onto the heel. When you're ready, move the ball over to the other foot and give it some attention. Keep rolling. Move into that arch, over the ball of the foot. Take it under the heel. And you can put that hard reflex ball to the side. Take the softer reflex ball and bring the ball of the foot onto the ball. Bring your other leg so the feet are parallel. You might want to widen the stance slightly if you need to, but try and keep the feet parallel. We're going to breathe in this position. On your exhalation, roll down through the spine and hang out there. What you're going to do is just bounce a little bit from side to side and then come back to the center. And just feel what's going on around the rib cage where that diaphragm sits. Breathe in through the nose. That might lift you up slightly and then exhale. So the expansion will lift you up. And as you exhale, try and lengthen more into the back line of the body. If you can, keep your knees straight. So keep lifting those toes up on the ball. And exhale. Finish off with one more. As you do so, breathe in and uncurl. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So position the ball of the foot on the ball. Feet are parallel. You're breathing into that lifted position. Exhaling. And rolling down. Hang out there, bounce a little bit from side to side. Back to the center, breathe in. Don't move up and down, let the movement of the diaphragm determine that movement. 2 to go. On your next one, inhale through the nose. Uncurl, stack the vertebra one on top of the other. We're going to release the reflex ball and we're going to balance on the right foot. Lift the left foot up. So spread your toes out. You've released that foot. So hopefully you've awoken those nerves. You're in tune with what's going on in the foot. That proprioception, breathing in as you stand in this upright position. Now exhale. Roll down through the spine. Nice and controlled. Rest your hands on the mat. We're going to bend and extend that right knee. So you're lengthening and bending. Waking up the hamstrings. Just bend and extend that leg. Keep going. Do another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's try and hold it in the extended position. Release your hands and uncurl through the spine. Bend the knee slightly if you need to, and let's change legs. So on the left foot, balancing, spread the toes out. Feel what's happening in that foot. Breathe in if you haven't already. And as you exhale, chin to your chest. Roll down through the spine. And you're going to bend and extend that left knee. Waking up those hamstrings. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Uncurl, straighten the leg if you can. That's going to challenge you a little bit more. Breathing in as you come up. And release that right foot back onto the mat. Let's breathe in again, and we're going to roll down as you exhale. Roll down, and walk onto the hands and knees. We're going to curl the toes or cross the ankles and sit back into a supine position. You're now going to need that soft reflex ball, and we're going to get into releasing those secondary respiratory muscles and the lower back. So I'm going to bring the reflex ball under my left shoulder, between the spine and the shoulder blade. We're going to breathe in this position. As you breathe in, you're going to thrust the hips up to the ceiling, and I want you to open up that left arm so you can take it out to the side, and we're going to breathe into the ball. So we're going to hold this lifted position and we're going to breathe. If this is very sensitive for you, we've got a lot of neural pathways in the fascia, then you can continue doing the movement with the back on the mat. But if you want to get a little bit deeper into that release, then lift the lower back and thrust the hips up to the ceiling, breathing in and out. We're really going to slow things down in these releases. so we can activate the diaphragm. Finish off with 2 more. And one last one as you breathe in. Stay in that lifted position, and as you exhale, roll down onto the mat. Still on the left side, we're going to reposition the ball on the deltoid. So just on that muscle that lifts and lowers the arm, right at the top of the arm. Same thing applies. If you can, and if you want to get a little bit deeper into the release, you're going to thrust the hips to the ceiling as you breathe in. And then exhale. If you want to move the arm around slightly, you can do that as well. If this muscle is taking strain, you can lower the back onto the mat if you find you're getting deep enough. Keep breathing into the release. Fascially, we all connected. 4 more. 3, 2, keep breathing, and 1. Breathe in. And as you exhale, lower down onto the mat. So I'm going to stay on the left side, and I'm going to bring the ball into the lower back, but it's not in line with the hip. It's not on the rib cage. It's between that area. So on the fleshy part on the left side of the spine. And you can open up your arms, feet are flat, and just focusing on the breathing, then you can start adding that knee, that rocking motion to the side. So breathing in and exhaling. See if you can extend your exhalation. Breathing in. And I want you to direct your breath into the reflex ball and exhale. As you exhale, bounce a little bit. So you're bouncing that knee towards the side that the ball is under. Come back to center, breathe in again. On your exhalation, bounce if you want to get a bit deeper into that release. Really push into that reflex ball. We're going to do another 2. Come back to center, breathing in. And exhale. And bounce. Finish off with 1 more, breathing in. And exhaling to your bounce. You can just move the ball over to the other side. Okay, so we're going to reposition the ball under that right shoulder, between the spine and the shoulder blade. You can open up your arm, you can bring the arm next to the ear if that's possible. As you breathe in, if you choose to come into the lifted position to get a bit deeper, we're going to breathe into that lift. And just hold it in that lifted position as you exhale. Breathing in
Keep going, breathing in. And exhaling. We're going to do another 2, breathing in. Move the arm around if you want to, and exhale. And exhale. Keep exhaling and lower the back onto the mat. Rock off that right shoulder blade, and let's use the left hand now to reposition the ball. Bend the elbow if you want to. Extend the arm to the side, wherever you feel you're getting the most release. We're going to breathe in and thrust the hips up one more time if that's your option. Otherwise, keep the back on the mat. Breathing in. And on the exhalation, move the arm around. Breathing in. And exhale. 2 more, breathing in. Reposition the ball if you need to. And exhale. And your last one. And on the exhalation, lower the back onto the mat. Let's take that reflex ball and bring it onto the fleshy part below the rib cage and above the hip bone. Bring both hands behind the head if you want to, breathing in. On the exhalation, push gently into the ball and bounce towards that right side. Exhale. Come back to the center, breathing in. As you exhale, bounce. We're going to do 2 more, breathing in. And exhale. Coming back to center, release the reflex ball, keep it handy. We're going to rock onto our side and we're going to take that over ball into the waist. So position the over ball under the waist and the reflex ball between the knees. So this is part of our deep core line that runs up the inside of the legs, and fascially this is attached to the diaphragm. Keep the feet, the knees and the hips stacked. So if the top knee is going back, then that top hip is shifted back. So lift the bottom hip and take it back slightly. Now you can hold on to that ball. Let's extend the arm and you rest your head on the arm. Take your other hand onto the rib cage and breathing in. Just feel the expansion into the ribs as you exhale. Squeeze the reflex ball to release the deep core line. Exhale. And come into that activation of these core muscles. Breathing in. So we're not arching and tucking too much. I just want you to keep that spine in a neutral position and focus on the exhalation, just feeling the rib cage contracting there. Those muscles between the ribs as you exhale, exhale, exhale. See if you can extend the exhalation a little bit longer. Breathing in. Remember the feather underneath the nose. Exhale. Breathing in. Keeping that inhalation to about 4 counts and then extend the exhalation to 6 if you can. Are you squeezing the reflex ball? We're going to finish off with just 1 more, breathing in. Exhale. Just pop that reflex ball to the side, and we're going to reposition the ball, the over ball, onto the rib cage. So it's not on the front rib cage, it's on the back rib cage. So I'm on my right side, so it's on my right rib cage. I'm now going to extend, so I'm opening up over the left rib cage. I'm now going to extend my right arm forward in line with my shoulder. And I'm going to, now I'll shift my top knee slightly back. So I'm opening up more over that left rib cage. I'm going to take that left hand, if you can join me, and bring the hand so you're rotating the fingers towards your head and you're really opening up into that lateral side on the left. And now we're going to just concentrate on the breathing again. So you're breathing in, feeling all of this area opening up, and then exhale. So we want to really release all the muscles in this fascial line, the lateral side, also working into the deep core line. Try open up that elbow as much as you can. Finish off with 1 or 2 more. And exhale. And your last one, breathing in. And exhale. From this position, just come up and you're going to reposition the over ball underneath the lower back. So you're going to rock onto your back in a supine position, feet flat, knees bent, and we're going to lift, just thrusting up and position the over ball in the lower back. Now you have the option to keep the legs, the knees bent and the feet flat. If you can, extend your legs and reach your arms next to your ears. And again, we're just going to focus on the breathing. So now the rib cage is really open, so you are flaring the ribs. You're breathing in. Feel the expansion. Now what I want you to do is really push into the over ball and exhale. So you are coming into a slight tuck there, especially if the feet are flat and the knees are bent. But if you can lengthen them out, then you're going to get a nice lengthened position right along the front of the legs. Breathing in, exhale. Really activating the core. So by focusing more on the exhalation, we're getting into that deeper concentric contraction. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. And breathing in. So arms either next to the ears, or you can feel the movement of the rib cage. Let's do another 2, breathing in. And exhale. And finish off your last one. Bend the knees while you're in this tuck position. Bring the knees over the chest, and you can just massage the ball a little bit from side to side. As you twist the feet to one side, the hips will follow and the knees will go to the other side. Let's release one foot, release the other foot, lift the lower back, and we're going to repeat those other releases around the rib cage on the other side. Let's come back onto the side lying in a side lying position. You're now going to use that soft reflex ball, bring it between the knees. So we'll start with the over ball in the waist and then we'll move on to the rib cage. So stack the feet, the knees and the hips and extend your arm lower down onto the arm. Hold on, we'll just bring your hand onto the rib cage, breathing in and exhaling. Squeeze the reflex ball to release the deep core line, breathing in and exhaling. Breathing in exhale. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. And you've got one more. Breathing in. And exhale. Release the reflex ball and you're going to rock onto your side. Reposition the over ball so it's on that rib cage. Now that bottom arm is going to be extended forward in line with the shoulder. We're going to open up that top leg so the knees are no longer stacked, and you're going to rotate the hand so the fingers are pointing towards the head or slightly back. Open up and really lengthen into that lateral side. We're going to breathe again, so releasing and working into the area around the right rib cage. Breathing in and exhaling. Feel how much movement you get from just breathing alone. Finish off with two more. And your last one, breathing in. And exhale. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Good. Take that top hand forward and let's rotate now onto our front. So in a prone position, put the over ball to the side for now and take that soft reflex ball. We're going to work into that iliac dungeon like we did in the last video. Bring the hand under the ball if you can. Rest your forehead on your left hand, so I'm on my right side. If you find you're getting deep enough, then don't rest the hand under the ball. Now we're going to breathe in, lift the leg and bend the knee. See if you can get a little bit deeper. Extend the leg as you exhale and lower the leg down. Let's breathe in, bend the knee. Start your exhalation as you extend the leg And continue as you lower the leg down. Breathing in and exhale. You're finishing off with one more. Take that reflex ball over to the other side. Bring that hand under the ball if you can. And lifting up, breathing in. Bend the knee. Extend the leg as you exhale and lower down. Breathing in. And exhale. Breathing in. And exhale. Finish off with one more. And exhale. Release the reflex ball and take your over ball again, and you're going to bring this under the belly button. Rest your forehead on your hands if you can. Take your chest down onto the mat. If you find you feel a little bit nauseous, then you can work without the ball. Pregnancy, you're obviously not going to work with this. Just lie on your side and continue with those movements. So let's bring the forehead onto the hands and rest your chest on the mat if you can, and we're going to breathe into the ball. As you exhale, you may feel the pulse of the aorta in the ball. That's the blood supply to the top and bottom half of the body. If you do feel nauseous with the ball in the belly button, then work without the ball. But as we focus on the breathing, you should feel the releasing around the lower back, around that spine. Focus longer on the exhalation if you can. Finish off with one more. And exhale. Come back up onto the elbows, curl your toes under, and just massage that over ball from side to side. Four and 3, 2, and 1. You're now going to reposition the over ball underneath your left, well, I'm on my left side, underneath my left rib cage. Extend that left arm, bring the right knee into a gecko position, and I'm going to bring my right hand onto the mat, and I'm going to breathe into the left rib cage and exhale. Just do another 2, breathing in and exhale. Finish off with one more and exhale. You can just rock around to the other side. So you're going to reposition the ball underneath the other rib cage. I'm now on the right side, so I'm extending my arm in line with my body and my left hand, my left knee in that gecko position, and just focusing on the gentle, slow breath. and exhale. See if you can exhale for longer. Just finishing off with 2 more. And your last one. Let's push up onto the hands and knees, and we're now going to bring the overball between the knees. Hands under the shoulders. Try not to curl the toes under. Try and stay on the front of the feet. We're going to breathe into that arch. On the exhalation, squeeze and tuck and lift the knees if you want to. Make sure the head is nice and relaxed. No strain in the neck. Breathing in. Open up to your arch. Exhale. Squeeze and bounce. Here we go for 3. Exhale and bounce. Breathing in. Exhale, tuck. Let's do 4 more. Opening up. Exhaling, squeezing, tucking, and lifting. Finish off with 2 more. And your last one. Hold it in this lifted position. Curl the toes under. Push the heels into the mat as you walk your hands to your feet. Breathing in and uncurling through the spine. In this position, keep that overball between the inner thighs, and we're going to lift the right foot slightly off the mat and rotate the foot in front as you rotate the ball in front of the knee. So the feet are heel to toes, and you're going to challenge your balance by looking ahead, and when you can, once you've got your balance, you're going to close your eyes. And see how long you can last there. Open them if you need to. Squeezing the overball, and don't forget to breathe. You'll feel that back leg working hard to stabilize you. Close the eyes if you can. Otherwise, you keep them open. And watch the alignment of the feet. Let's transfer the weight forward into the front foot, and then just roll the overball around to the front of the other knee. And you're going to just check that alignment. Align the overball if you need to, and check the feet. And then you're going to hold that position. Feel that back foot working hard to stabilize you. And when you're ready, if you're ready, close the eyes. And see how much harder your feet have to work to stabilize you when the eyes are closed. Four more. 3, 2,
And let's just bring that back foot side by side. We're now going to take the over ball and we're going to come into a squat position. So we're going to breathe in as we squat down, and I want you to keep looking up. So don't drop the chest. Try and take the ball behind your head so you're keeping that body in a nice upright position. So breathing in as we go down and exhale as you come back up. Now it's up to you how far you can go, but try not to lift the heels. If you find the heels are lifting, then you know you've gone too far. Exhale and come up. Make sure you're sitting back into that squat position. Exhale and lift. We're going to do another 4. Exhale. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. I'm going to repeat the squat. So I'm breathing into that squat. I'm now going to come up. I'm going to take the ball into my left hand and I'm going to lift my right foot up, bring the knee in front and rotate my right hand to the back. We're going to release, bring the ball back into the right hand, foot onto the mat. Breathe in. Exhale. Right hand is holding the ball now. Circle the left arm and bring that left knee up. So we're alternating from side to side. Breathing in and exhale. Balancing and lifting. Breathing in and exhale. Let's do another 4. And 3. 2. And your last one. Let's come back into our squat position and release the over ball. Drop forward onto your knees, cross your ankles, and let's finish in a supine position. So lying on your back, and you're going to bring the over ball underneath the head. And now just nodding the head from side to side. Just releasing any tension in the neck. But hopefully, because we have been focusing so much on the diaphragm, we've released these secondary respiratory muscles, the muscles in the lower back, that you have no tension, you're feeling rested and restored, because you've activated all those muscles and those organs attached to the diaphragm fascially. Let's circle the chin up and around. And let's change direction. Nice big circle up and around the ball. 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. So if you compare your breath, just bring your hand onto your belly button and the other hand onto your chest from when we started. Just breathing in nice and slowly. And exhaling. Are you able to breathe in deeper? Is the breath getting stuck anywhere? In other words, do you feel tension anywhere
around the diaphragm, around the rib cage, in the lower back, in the chest. If you do, you need to repeat some of those releases. Take that reflex ball, work around that area, breathe into that reflex ball to release that tension. If the reflex ball is too hard, use the overball. Breathe into those areas to release tension. If you have fascial adhesions, you're going to have restricted movement. So you want to use that reflex ball or even the overball just to release that tension, and breathing can help you do that. Let's finish off with one more breath. As you exhale, relax into it. Let's hug the knees to the chest, bounce the knees, and rock yourself to a seated position.
If you did enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Well done, and thank you for joining me.